393 spoilers. Ding dong. Late at night, while Kazuya was asleep, an unexpected visitor arrived. Who would come at such an hour? Of course, it was Chizuru. At the entrance, when Kazuya asked if it was something urgent, Chizuru suddenly gave him a deep kiss and pushed him down. On the color spread, celebrating over 14 million copies sold, Chizuru forcefully takes Kazuya with a big choo-choo across the 2-page spread. At Odaiba, I said we couldn't date yet. I'm sorry. After you moved away, I felt so lonely, so I came. With the expression of a woman in love, Chizuru confesses, I like you. I really like you. But it was only a dream. Kazuya had even gotten a Oni-chan. After wiping off with tissues, he fell into post-nut clarity. Taking Minnie's words too seriously, Kazuya thought, I really can go out with Mizuhara. By the deadline, I'll become a man worthy of Mizuhara. He started making plans, but his mind couldn't help wandering into erotic fantasies of her saying, hold me tight. At that moment, Kazuya's father called, bringing up driving school. Remembering he had forgotten about getting a license, Kazuya lied to his dad, saying everything was fine. Thinking a driving date sounded perfect, Kazuya immediately added get driver's license by July 11th into his plans. Meanwhile, Mommy was also at home browsing the driving school's official website. Next time, Futsai. Bro! Bro! You can't be making this up! Like, for those that need context, this is the leaks. This is the text spoilers for the upcoming chapter of Rent-A-Girlfriend. Bro! Oh my goodness, dude. I want to point something out that makes this just so funny. What really hammers this in and makes it so funny is this line right here in the text spoilers. On the color spread, celebrating over 14 million copies sold, Chizuru forcefully takes Kazuya with a big choo-choo across the 2-page spread. The offer is such a troll. Like, you know, there is a line that, there's a point, actually, where I gotta respect the game. I gotta respect the game from the offer that clearly knows what his audience wants, or what his audience wants to talk about, because honestly, say whatever you want about Rent-A-Girlfriend, you could call it the trashiest series of all time, the worst thing you've ever read, the filth of the dumpster, whatever you want to call it, okay? Let's keep it real here. We complain every week, even the people on the subreddits and all around the internet that read Rent-A-Girlfriend actively complain about it weekly, but we still come back. We still come back and we read the next chapter. And you want to know why? Because it is such a roller coaster, such a train wreck, that it's so funny. It's unbelievable. And I think that this really just goes to show that the author knows his audience. He knows how to sell a product, and he does a pretty damn good job at it. I'm not even gonna lie, he does. And the fact that he decides to celebrate the 14 million copies sold for Rent-A-Girlfriend by doing a color spread of a kiss between Kazuya and Chizuru, but obviously we find out it's a dream. It's so good, man. Oh, it's so good. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So let's say a few things before we go any further. Okay, so at this time, this is text spoilers and leaks, okay? This isn't official. The chapter isn't out yet. So, for all we know, this could theoretically not be true. However, I'm inclined to believe this is real, and the reason why I think it's real, first off, is because the person that posted this, that is, you know, talking about the leaks and stuff, are the ones that usually does the leaks for Rent-A-Girlfriend on the subreddit. And it's the same account, as you could see, so I'm inclined to believe that, yes, this is legitimate, because there's actively always discussions like this. So with that being said, though, I still want to say it isn't officially out yet, so things are subjective to change, maybe wording or whatever, more context given, but still, this is most likely what happens in the chapter. So, let's talk about that. So, last chapter that came out this previous week, like a few days ago, There was a literal panel, as you can see here, where Kazuya, he comes to the conclusion that he's going to confess again. And what a dumpster fire. So let me explain where this is coming from, okay? First off, we need to look at the timeline. Chizuru and Kazuya go on a long date. Very romantic. At the end of the date, just getting rid of the manipulation of it and rejecting him at the end, Chizuru does reject Kazuya at the end of their date, okay? And regardless of other context clues or whatever, the point is she rejects him. And after that, she rejects him multiple times after that in the next chapter, like 2 to 3 more times. So, in total, like 4 or so times in just 2 chapters, he was just straight up rejected by Chizuru, and she pretty much said she preferred her job. Now, obviously, we've gotten a lot more context since then for the reason why she didn't want to go out with him or she rejected him is because she has a job offer. Okay. But the point of the matter is that she has rejected him, and then after she rejects him multiple times, and he was leaving her place, just moving out and all that, she kisses him, just out of nowhere, and then he's in shock because he was ready to give up, thinking it's basically over. She kisses him, makes him feel like there is a chance with her, and then she ghosts him, aka just doesn't respond back to any of his text messages or anything, completely goes silent, radio silent, even though it shows on the phone that she has actively looked at his message. She ghosts him, and so Kazuya is down in the dumps. He, gets rejected, and then gets kissed, and then now he's ghosted. He's in a lot of mixed emotions. He doesn't really know what to do, and basically what Chizuru is doing is extremely manipulative. And Minnie comes in, and she tries to be this pep talker, and basically is like, don't give up, there has to be a misunderstanding, and trying to really figure out all the information of what's pretty much going on. And Kazuya has gotten himself to this point where he's deluding himself that he has a shot with her. Or, okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Will Kazuya end up with Chizuru? Yes. The end of the series, at the very least, he will end up with her. It's very likely. Unless the offer straight up really does love Chizuru so much, he does cuck Kazuya. Now, that would be crazy. But the point of the matter is typically how these things go, he's going to get with Chizuru eventually. Okay? It eventually will happen. But the point is that at this point, with how many mixed signals that he's been given by Chizuru, just stop. Full stop. And Minnie inserting herself into this conversation and trying to pep talk and build, Kazuya up to talk with Chizuru again or confess to her is not the way. And where the story is actively going towards right now, like what it's trying to set up here is both characters are going to probably assume they're cheating on each other or they already have someone else that they love in their life. For instance, we have at the end of the latest chapter, the official chapter that came out, I'm going to go to the last page here, you can literally see Chizuru talking with another guy. She's texting back another guy that is straight up the offer's self-insert. Everybody's talked about this. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But we have this going on. And then with the, tech spoilers that came out, Mommy is going to be going to the driving school. And Kazuya wants to get the driver's license. So most likely what's going to happen is Mommy and Kazuya are going to take their test at the same time, at the same day, most likely, or whatever. And Chizuru's going to see them. She's going to see them together. Someone's going to see them together, and they're going to tell Chizuru. Something like that's going to happen, and it's going to lead to complicated emotions and issues between both characters, where they think that either A, they're cheating, which technically they're not cheating because they're not even really going out, or they feel like they're moving on, and they have someone else. That's what I think is going to happen, which would be interesting to see where the story wants to take that, but that's what's going to go. It's the very obvious direction that Rent-A-Girlfriend is going right now, and there was such a chance for this series to actually kind of slowly wrap itself up, and technically there is. I mean, the whole Mommy stuff, it's possible. But oh my goodness, dude. Like, what a manga, man. Like, it is such a roller coaster. It's one of those series that I know everybody's like, Chibi, you're a masochist at this point talking about it, and yeah, maybe I am, but it is fun to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I rag on Rag itself, for instance, Rent-A-Girlfriend, I do have fun talking about the series, even if it is, it's painful. It's suffering. It makes me angry. But the fact he gives me these type of emotions is nice. It is nice to be able to have emotion towards something I'm reading and talking about. I think that's a great thing. And so, say whatever you want. Yeah, I don't think Ritz Girlfriend's like a masterpiece. But if I had to rate it anything, I would say it's a masterpiece amongst the trash. That's what I would say. Jokes aside, though, thank you so much for watching. May all of you have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. If you enjoyed this video, do leave a like, do subscribe, and leave a comment. Helps with the algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate it. Chibi out.